So we're going to work on external style sheets, and unlike the inline styling and internal styling, external styling allows you to style on a separate style sheet, and all you need to do is to link your style sheets to your different pages. So you can have 1,000 pages, and all you need to do is to just link that page to your HTML page. So we're all going to create new sheets to work with CSS. So go to File, New. This time, because we're saving and we're working in CSS, we have to save it as .css. That means if I'm still using CodeWidth, to be CodeWidth.css, and make sure it's in the same file as your HTML file. Mine was on my desktop, so I'll put mine here as well. In CSS, there's no tag. All you'll be seeing are curly brackets and semicolons, basically, and colons. So like what we did in internal styling and inline styling, we can have the H1. So we'll start with text as always. We'll start with our heading. Sometimes you want the heading to be bigger than it already is, so you can increase the font size. Don't forget to bring your semicolon at the end of each styling command. Then we can also change the color. Remember, color is COLOR, and with brackets you get to choose from a list of so many colors, so you can just literally scroll down and you have lots of colors. So just pick one. You can also use color codes, and it's very easy to find color codes. All you need to do is to Google it. If you want to find the color code for teal, the computer might not understand teal, so you just need to find the color code for teal, Google it, copy the color code, and then instead of blue violet, you can write the color code. So let me give you an example. The color code for white is this. So you'd see that the color will be white, right? So you can use color codes. Okay, you can also change the background color of your H1. Let's make the Alice blue. So we're still working in H1. You realize that we're still in H1, but we changed the font size, we changed the color of the text, we changed the background color. Okay, so this is still H1. So let's save. But now we have our CSS sheet and we've not linked it yet to our HTML file. So we need to be able to link the CSS to the HTML. So we have to go back to our HTML document and then link it. So at the end of your document, before you end your body, you can have this link. So this is the code for linking your CSS to your HTML. You don't have to chew it, but if you keep coding, practicing, you get used to it and you would be able to write it offhand. But then in the meantime, you can just look at it and copy it, and it's okay. When you get to your href, you are linking your HTML to your CSS. You're in HTML, that means you're linking it to your CSS. So I just need to type codewidth.css, which is the name of my CSS file, and then I'm done. Save it. Now remember that you don't preview for your CSS, you preview your HTML because that's where all the codes are. CSS is just styling your HTML. So we look at the live preview. So we see that my H1 has turned blue violet and the background color is not so clear, but the background color is a different color altogether. It's Alice blue. So you can style your H1 using CSS. So once you link your external sheets to your HTML, you can style it. Okay, so we styled H1. Let's style our P, our paragraphs. So that means that this would affect every single paragraph in your HTML. So let's change the font family. Font family is the same as font style. Change the font family to Courier. There's so many other font families you can use. We can also change the text alignment. So let's change the text alignment. So text align, let's center it. We can change the decoration. So we have text decoration. Text decoration, you can either underline or strike a line through or overline, or you leave it at none. So let's underline just to give us a sense of what this is. Alright, so there's so many things you can do. You can also give your paragraphs a background color, but we wouldn't be doing that. So you just have to remember to save, go to your HTML file, and then preview. Remember, you preview in HTML, not in CSS. And there it is. You can see that this is our paragraph. So every single one of the paragraphs was underlined. The font type is different from this font type. It changed. The font family changed, and they were center aligned. And that's how CSS works. So once you're done working with P, you have to remember to close the styling. Let's see how we can style images. Now we know that the selector would be IMG. Let's see how we can style images. We know the selector will be IMG because that's the code for images. We can change the width and the height of an image. So you can either use the exact measurements, or you can use percentages. So if you want the width to be 50%, that means you're saying that it should be 50% of the original width of the image. So I would set my width at 50%. And you can do same for height. If I want my height to be the original height, or maybe let's say 25%, just reducing it. Don't forget to keep your semicolons at the end of each command. So save, go back to HTML and preview. Okay, so if you, I'm not sure it's obvious enough, but then my image has reduced. My image was bigger than this, but then it has reduced by 50% of the height, of the width, and 25% of the height. Okay, so that works. Or you can also have it in pixels. So I can decide that the width is 200 pixels, that's too big, 25 pixels, and the height is 25 pixels. And it should give me a different effect to my image. The image is so tiny over here. See? Okay. So let's just set it at 50% each.